are we? I can tell by the way you brought that up.
Well, of course, everything is relative. Relative to what you say you are trying to do, no, you're not doing it well.
I thought so.
Everything I say here, everything I've included in this discussion so far and have caused to be placed in this document must be put into that context. I'm not making judgments of rightness or wrongness, goodness or badness. I simply make observations of your effectiveness relative to what you say you are trying to do.
I understand that.
I know that you say you do, but the time may come, even before this dialogue is finished, when you will accuse me of being judgmental.
I would never accuse you of that. I know better.
Knowing better has not stopped the human race from calling me a judgmental god in the past.
Well, it will stop me.
We shall see.
You wanted to talk about education.
Indeed. I observe that most of you have misunderstood the meaning, the purpose, and the function of education, to say nothing of the process by which it is best undertaken.
That's a huge statement, and I need some help with it.
Most of the human race has decided that the meaning and the purpose and the function of education is to pass on knowledge, that to educate someone is to give them knowledge. Generally, the accumulated knowledge of one's particular family, clan, tribe, society, nation, and world. Yet education has very little to do with knowledge.
Oh, you could have fooled me.
Clearly.
Well, what does it have to do with, then?
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yes.
Okay, I give up. What's the difference?
Wisdom is knowledge applied.
So, we aren't supposed to try to give our offspring knowledge. We're supposed to try to give them wisdom.
First of all, don't try to do anything. Do it. Secondly, don't ignore knowledge in favor of wisdom. That would be fatal. On the other hand, don't ignore wisdom in favor of knowledge. That would also be fatal. It would kill education. On your planet, it is killing it.
We are ignoring wisdom in favor of knowledge?
In most cases, yes.
How are we doing this?
You're teaching your children what to think instead of how to think.
Explain, please.
Certainly. When you give your children knowledge, you are telling them what to think. That is, you are telling them what they are supposed to know, what you want them to understand is true. When you give your children wisdom, you do not tell them what to know or what is true, but rather how to get to their own truth.
But without knowledge, there can be no wisdom.
Agreed. That is why I've said you cannot ignore knowledge in favor of wisdom. A certain amount of knowledge must be passed on from one generation to the next, obviously. But as little knowledge as possible, the smaller amount the better.